This season has completely changed the game. Brawlers that used to be unplayable before have skyrocketed to the very top of the meta, and you don't want to miss the opportunity to push these guys before they get nerfed. So here are the top 5 brawlers that you need to push and max out right now. Also, this list won't include 𝗦liche because first of all, he's already maxed out. And I also hate 𝗦liche. He was the GOAT in Toy Story, and he should have stayed exclusively in Toy Story. If you're sick and tired of 𝗦liche ruining your matches, comment I hate Buzz to join the 𝗦liche hate train. Starting off with a surprising one, we have Ash. He was at the bottom of the meta for so long, but the new hypercharge he got is absolutely busted. And he's not just usable now, but he's actually a really solid pick on most Brawl Ball maps. On really condensed maps with more walls, he is really dominant. And I really wish I could take my own advice on maxing him out, but for some reason, I have 28,000 coins and not a single PowerPoint, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the other way around, so I have no idea what's wrong with my account. I cannot upgrade any brawlers, bro. So if anyone wants to trade some points for coins, please hit me up. Also, real quick, I'm hosting a Brawl Pass giveaway in my Discord. All you have to do to enter is subscribe and join the Discord. Next up is 𝗦ve. There wasn't really any point in picking 𝗦ve at any point this year. Her trait of being able to walk over water was just completely stolen by Angelo and Shade and probably some other brawler. Like, they did her so dirty. Supercell just decided to hand her unique trait out to everyone who wanted it. So 𝗦ve was kind of in the shadow of other brawlers for the longest time. The main example is Angelo. Angelo was super strong this year, and Angelo was just a better copy of 𝗦ve. They even copied her gadget. Just look at them side by side. They're the exact same thing. But with 𝗦ve's new hypercharge, she got so much better. Angelo only has one shot, and it takes 3 hours to load. So he's had a lot of trouble against the newer brawlers that spawn little versions of themselves because he just gets overran by them. But 𝗦ve doesn't have these problems. She has 3 projectiles when she attacks, and with her new hypercharge, she spawns so many extra eggs. So if you put an Angelo up against an 𝗦ve nowadays, the 𝗦ve's gonna win every single time. And overall on Heist, Brawl Ball, Knockout, she's a really solid pick, even in Showdown too. Next up, we have Daryl. Daryl is one of my favorite brawlers, and he's just so fun. Like, who doesn't love Daryl? But he was terrible for so long. Like, he was really bad. But one day, Supercell decided to buff him and give him 2 supers. And honestly, I don't know why he wasn't given 2 supers right off the bat. I feel like it just makes so much more sense and makes him 3 times more fun. But anyway, this rework made him super usable and so much more fun to play. And it's allowed him to be useful in other game modes besides Brawl Ball. He is super versatile now. You can use him on most Brawl Ball maps, definitely Gem Grab, and some Heist and Bounty maps too. Before, you would just camp in a bush and wait till you got your super. That's if you were dumb enough to even use him in the first place. But now with his second super, he's able to play much more aggressive, and you can easily chain supers now and cause a lot of trouble for your opponents. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that he got a hypercharge too. Pretty much all the meta brawlers right now have hypercharges, and I think he has one of the better hypercharges. Another great thing about Daryl right now is he's not that hard to play. You can really just auto aim with him, and I feel like anyone with a functioning brain can get to tier max very easily. So no matter how skilled you are, I would 100% push Daryl right now. He's just overall a solid brawler. Next up, we have Penny. Now, unlike most of the brawlers on this list, Penny wasn't really that bad before, but when she got her hypercharge, she went from alright to really good. She immediately became one of the most annoying brawlers to play against because her hypercharge is busted. In my opinion, it's easily in the top 5 best hypers in the game right now, maybe even top 3. It shoots 2 really powerful projectiles when you place her super, and they stay there for a good 5 to 6 seconds. So she's really good at any game mode where you need good area control. There really isn't a bad game mode for her besides maybe Showdown, but even still, she's not the worst pick. But open Brawl Ball maps, Heist, Bounty, Gem Grab especially, she is super dominant. And on top of that, she's just really fun to play. I always thought she was kind of an NPC brawler. Like, when you think about it, she's just a clone of 𝗦cie. They do the same thing. The only difference between them is that Penny super throws things and 𝗦ci's does, like, I don't even know what 𝗦ci's does, but they're basically the same thing. Anyways, push Penny. She's really good. And last but not least, we have the big old Frank. I remember the days where Frank was terrible. He was absolutely unplayable. He was dead last in the F tier, and Supercell showed him 0 love. That is until one day earlier last year that they randomly gave him the rework of a lifetime. First of all, the hypercharge they gave him was one of the strongest in the game right off the bat. It was probably the best in the game, actually. And I remember being able to get him to rank 30 in like a day. Games would genuinely take 40 seconds because you would just run through your opponents. And it got to the point where every single game was filled with at least 3 Franks. And while he's not as dominant as he was before, he's continued to be one of the strongest brawlers in the game. He's still one of the best Brawl Ball picks on most maps, and if you haven't pushed him by now, please do, because he is actually so broken. Now, these are just the top 5 brawlers that I picked, and you may have a different opinion, so let me know in the comments if there's a brawler that you think I missed, and I might make a part 2. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and join the giveaway. I know you want that Brawl Pass.